Diddy was not at the top of the ring, okay? And it sounded like it was a Fed operation. And so it was a show trial because the Feds are never going to reveal the Feds that are in control of an operation. And the minute that they did not bring Christina Karam, the involvement that this woman have, apparently it's like having a Jeffrey Epstein trial and not like a public Jeffrey Epstein trial and not mentioning or bringing up Ghislaine Maxwell. Like, that's how you know it was a show trial. So this whole fake, oh my God, I can't believe you got away with it. Of course you got away with it. This was a Fed operation. That is my viewpoint. I am never going to change it. I think he's the Jeffrey Epstein of the hip hop world. He was doing what he was supposed to do and what he was told to do. And we're never going to get any information because now everyone's gotten their show trial and there are people on the streets that are pouring baby oil on top of themselves. I'm not kidding. His fans and supporters, as a show of support. It's disgusting. I'm laughing at just the state of humanity today because women are in the streets throwing baby oil on themselves, excited that he is found not guilty on the bigger charges. And I'm maybe asking for a reset. We just need to reset on humanity, just kind of, back to the factory settings here.
As she wiped a tear from her face, her words cut through the silence. If this is what our justice system has become, then we are all in danger. Because if money can erase guilt, then none of us are safe. And that, for Candace Owens, was the final word. But behind the outrage, behind the fury, there was still something else, a sense of determination. Because if the courts wouldn't hold Diddy accountable, Candace promised the public would. And her video wasn't just a takedown of a fallen mogul. It was a call to action, a warning to Hollywood, and a message to anyone watching. The truth cannot be silenced forever.
Jonathan Odie. Can you update my audience on who Jonathan Odie is?
Most people remember the video. It was in 2018. He was the Trump Doral hotel shooter. He was making bizarre claims, like he was Diddy's sex slave, and that Diddy had forced him to have sex with his girlfriend Cassie. He also talks about the Black Boule and the Illuminati.
Do you know Sean Combs? Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. I had settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's his attorneys. I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave. They move all the dope, all the dope on private jets, which don't get screened by
customs,
by the inside the United States.
The more she spoke, the clearer her position became. This wasn't just about Diddy bribing a jury. This was about Hollywood itself, an industry that time and time again had looked the other way, an industry that turned a blind eye when young stars were pressured, when contracts exploited, when power was abused. Owens framed Diddy as the poster child for that corruption, a man who thought he could bribe his way through anything because Hollywood had always let him. She ended her monologue with a chilling warning. The walls are closing in. Maybe he thinks this jury bought him time, but time is not justice. Time is not truth. And no bribe lasts forever. The truth has a way of breaking through, no matter how much money you throw at it.
So everything he's saying about the relationship between Diddy and Cassie ended up being verified and true and sounded insane at that time. He also says that Diddy's a member of the Black Illuminati and that he would hear him on the phone discussing matters. He also mentioned in this, we didn't show this clip, but he mentions pink cocaine.
Yeah.
At that time, no one knew what he was talking about. Suddenly, Lil Rod's lawsuit is speaking about that exact same drug that he's saying is a combination of all sorts of drugs like MDMA and cocaine. And again, all of this is allegedly, but he says that essentially that's what Diddy is giving out at these parties that has people that is so high, rather. Again, what year was this that Jonathan Odie was arrested?
That was 2018.
And we can also now confirm that he was indeed a sex slave to Cassie and Diddy. Cassie was asked
Cassie
questions
testified
and
about it.
Cassie testified about him and was asked questions and confirmed.
I
that
want
he
him to take the
was
stand
indeed.
so bad.
So what's going on?
Also, while we're on the black boule thing, that Jonathan
Could you
Audi
describe, by
brings
the
up
way,
black
because
boule.
when you actually brought up the black boule, I had no idea what that was.
I don't know a lot about it, and I think that there's a lot of versions of it. I think the understanding is that it traces back to like the black nobility and one of the royal families.
I think there might be a Wikipedia.
Yeah, there is, and so it that in modern times there's lots of different takes on it, but the theory is that you sell out your own. And so the black boule, my understanding is that they are sort of the black people that sell out the other black people on behalf of, the Illuminati or the guys controlling the world. And LeBron James does have a gigantic back tattoo of the crest, like the symbol itself of the black boule. Very, very literally the exact image. Or it's his chest, I think.
I think it's on his chest.
From there, Owens began calling out specifics. The sudden shifts in courtroom energy, the jurors who looked uneasy, the verdict that shocked not just the public, but even seasoned legal experts. She replayed clips from legal analysts who admitted they were stunned at how fast the jury reached their conclusion. She dissected how the timeline didn't add up, how the pieces didn't fit, and how the verdict seemed disconnected from the mountain of evidence that had been presented. Her frustration boiled into a direct attack. Diddy didn't win, he bought, and that's not justice, that's corruption. She then connected the dots to the cultural silence surrounding him. Where were his celebrity friends now? Where were the voices who once defended him? As Candace pointed out, they were eerily quiet, as if afraid that the same spotlight might one day swing their way. She accused them of cowardice, of protecting their own careers rather than demanding accountability for a man who had already caused so much damage.
Unearthing videos of Justin Bieber at Diddy parties. Now, Justin Bieber was obviously extremely young when he entered the industry, extremely innocent when he entered the industry, an industry that he did not quite understand as a boy who just knew how to sing and play the guitar and just did both of those things on YouTube. And then he was scooped up, and suddenly he was a part of people like Diddy going after him and saying, hey man, why don't you pick up my phone calls? There's actually a video of that. Diddy and Justin Bieber looks to be like 15 years old and said, why aren't you picking up my phone calls? And he's like, oh, I know you were trying to contact me through people and I don't have your number. And the next thing we know, Justin is at Diddy's parties.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh?
No,
you ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Correct. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
And they're calling everything a conspiracy theory. Just like Piers Morgan did when he rushed to yell at me about talking about Diddy being a Fed asset, even though he admits he didn't even read the lawsuit. Take a listen.
Again, you're being disingenuous because actually you're stating it as fact.
No, what I'm telling people
In the same way you say, I state my entire reputation, Bridget Macron's a man, you also stated this fact, nothing from a lawsuit. You just said he's not in jail, you tweeted, because he's a Fed CIA asset. Kanye tried to tell everybody.
Have you read the lawsuit? Because it seems like you haven't, obviously.
But that's your statement.
Did you read the lawsuit? That's the first thing, because we can skip the hyperbole. Did you read the lawsuit?
I'm asking you.
Okay, then we're not going to talk about this topic. So no, he didn't read the lawsuit, but he wants to make sure that I'm not saying that he is a federal asset.
Owens then pivoted to the broader danger of corruption in the entertainment industry. She explained that when figures like Diddy appear untouchable, it doesn't just shield them, it sends a message to every other powerful figure that they can act with impunity. This isn't just about Diddy, she thundered. This is about every single person in Hollywood who's watching this case and thinking, if he got away with it, so can I. That's the danger. That's the cancer in our culture. The room went silent as she hammered her point home. Money doesn't just buy influence, it buys silence, it buys compliance, it buys freedom. And if the rumors about jury bribery were even partially true, then Diddy had just proven it.
He did an interview back in 2020 with Zane Lowe. I think this was on Apple Music. And he was speaking about another young artist that was coming up, Billie Eilish, and Eilish. And he was basically speaking about how he wanted to protect her because she was now another young person, a rising artist in the industry. And sort of out of nowhere, he became quite overcome with emotion. Take a listen.
Did you feel protective of her?
Yeah, I definitely feel protective of her. It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. So yeah, it's hard because I want her to know that, she can count on me, but at the end of the day, I'm never gonna force myself to be in a relationship with her. It has to be natural, right? So I just kind of, let her do her thing, and if she ever needs me, I'm gonna be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters and yeah. So yeah, I just want to protect her, I don't want her to lose it. I don't want her to, go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. So yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
I'm not even kidding. Watching that clip makes me emotional because he is saying so much without really saying anything. And in this one video, it looks like whatever Justin is doing, and I'm not going to show it out of just respect for the fact that I truly believe that Justin Bieber is a victim. But whatever he is doing in this video with Trey Songz and Odell Beckham Jr. looks highly suspicious. I can show you a still from that video because I think the relevant part is Justin Bieber is not sober. He is clearly very heavily under the influence at this party. And if you remember that lawsuit that the producer Rodney dropped against Diddy, he said that unbeknownst to all of these people, they were being drugged at Diddy's parties, that they were pouring out the liquor bottles and replacing it with other drugs. He kept...
to my limits. Oh, I gotta feel that experience. I'm coming back. It's all good. Happy New Year! Woo!
She reminded viewers that this wasn't the first time Diddy had been accused of trying to twist reality to his favor. Over the years, countless people in the industry have hinted at how he manipulated contracts, pressured artists, and controlled narratives to keep himself on top. The idea of him using those same tactics in the courtroom, for Candace, it wasn't far-fetched. It was the logical next step for a man who had built his career not on honesty, but on control. Her frustration turned personal as she recounted what this meant for the victims tied to the case. "What message are we sending them?" she asked. That no matter how brave you are, no matter how much evidence you bring forward, no matter how long you fight, one man with enough money can erase it all? Her voice cracked, not from weakness, but from the frustration of watching what looked like another chapter in a story of injustice. And she didn't stop there. She zoomed in on the details of how these alleged deals could have gone down: private meetings, off-the-record conversations, money funneled through shell accounts, favors promised behind closed doors. None of it had been confirmed by prosecutors yet, but Owens didn't mince words. When jurors are compromised, the people lose their voice. The courtroom becomes a circus, and the ringmaster is whoever can write the biggest check. The audience listening to her felt her anger swell. She was painting a picture that made Diddy not just a celebrity in trouble, but a man clawing at every lever of influence he could touch to keep himself untouchable. Candace framed it as a kind of arrogance, a belief that rules don't apply if you have the right amount of money, the right friends, and the right connections.
So I want you to be now super uncomfortable and watch this video of an interaction between him and none other than Diddy. Take a listen.
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed the usher.
you signed Usher?
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So yeah, and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
So young Justin Bieber, who was signed by Usher, involved with Scooter Braun, now all of a sudden he's being put in the hands of Diddy, who, it is true, he became the legal guardian for Usher. You can look up all of the allegations of what Diddy did to Usher. A lot of this coming out via multiple lawsuits that essentially, if we were to put it in a nice context, or at least use a euphemism for something that's really disgusting, the allegations are essentially that Diddy very much initiated Usher into Hollywood.
You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also while you're
He
out.
got me a Lamborghini.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
She compared Diddy's case to countless moments in American history where power tried to bend the system. We've seen celebrities try to buy their way out of accountability before, she said, her tone sharp. But this is on another level. This isn't just about one man's freedom. This is about whether or not justice even exists when money is involved. From there, Candace launched into the core of her fury. She argued that jury tampering, if proven, is one of the darkest stains on a legal system designed to protect the powerless. For a celebrity like Diddy drowning in wealth and connections, it would be the ultimate betrayal, not just of victims, but of the public who still wants to believe in fairness. If this man can bribe his way to freedom, Candace declared, then we're telling the entire world that the courtroom is just a stage play, and the verdict is for sale. Candace sat down, visibly furious, her voice trembling at times not from fear, but from the sheer weight of what she was about to say. She laid out the timeline of Diddy's crumbling empire, the raids, the testimonies, the videos, the endless lawsuits, and she asked a simple but devastating question. How does a man surrounded by so much evidence, so much smoke, suddenly walk free as if nothing happened? The answer, in her view, wasn't a mystery. It was manipulation. It was bribery. It was corruption hiding in plain sight. The news broke like an earthquake in the middle of the night. Whispers that Diddy didn't just win in court, but that he may have pulled strings behind the scenes to make sure he walked away untouched. And when Candace Owens heard it, she didn't just criticize him, she erupted. This wasn't a calm analysis. This wasn't a mild reaction. This was Candace Owens going off in a way that left everyone talking, because if the allegations of jury manipulation are true, then the justice system has been hijacked right in front of us.